Yo, good evening, everybody. Oh, we don't need that camera today. That's the other camera. Justin won't be joining us, but he'll be back on Saturday for the game against Carolina. Welcome in, everybody. A very winnable, must-win game. Well put, actually. This is a home game here on this Tuesday evening. It's actually a very early evening. Um, I know the folks on the East Coast love the 7 p.m. start, but I still think it's like at least give us like 8 o'clock. But welcome in Fries and Zem, and welcome in ChalkFan91. Great to have you as always. As Fry was pointing out, this is a very winnable, must-win game. We got to keep it going here. After a very, very nice performance at Georgia Tech, albeit Georgia Tech not the best caliber of opponent, having a very rough ACC season. But either way, it was very impressive what we did there. So, especially holding them to 43 points. Remember, our season defensive average is around 62 between there, right? We held Georgia Tech to 43. So it's quite a big difference there. It's like not insignificant, I would say. I probably should just turn off that video so to save the bandwidth. Keon, welcome in. Let's start the week off with some energy, and let's start the week off correctly, actually. Any word on Whitehead's leg injury? I heard he's not dressed for the Wake game tonight. Oh, that's actually somebody in Discord is asking about Whitehead's injury. Um, well, I mean, as far as we know, it's not serious per se. Like it's not an Achilles or anything, so I believe it's just a high ankle sprain that's going to take a few days or a bit to work its way out. At least will be interesting to see if he's in a walking boot on the sideline. We should probably take note of that. Ever since, remember, folks, this is a revenge game. Ever since Wake Forest beat us at their place, this was at the very start of the ACC season. Let's kind of flip back in time a little bit. You can see the box score from that game here. As I keep trying to, there you go, 78-67. In favor of the Demon Deacons here, Tyree Appleby and Cameron Hildreth leading the way there for Wake Forest. It was 18 points by Appleby, 14 for Hildreth. It was sort of a game that we never really got settled in, if you will, right? Like they came out of the gates early, they kind of blitzed us, and then we never really got any momentum going. So it was a bit of a disappointing game there at Wake Forest. Although tonight I think it's going to be a little bit different. So I expect us to. Discord should be up. Uh, and if it's not, by the first media timeout, I'll get it on my end. Imagine Flip as a freshman playing with senior Kyle Singler. That is actually hilarious. Uh, they both have the same sort of like stature, although I think Singler was probably a bit taller and lankier. I feel like Filipowski is a bit more built. Uh, kind of as a freshman at least, he's got like more body on him. So oh, that's also right, Chalk fan. That's a great reminder. We did not have Lively or Whitehead at Wake. We will at least have Lively tonight. That's for sure. So, yes, they were both sick with some non COVID related illness. And so that was also a major part of that game, probably why we were a bit out of sorts. But we'll put that game to rest for now. Hopefully we will put the Demon Deacons to rest here at by the end of this. Oh, Flip is actually even taller. Okay. Oh, hi, Diana. Welcome in. As Duke controls the opening tip-off here in Cameron, and your five on the floor for Duke are Roach, Filipowski, Mitchell, Lively, and Proctor. So it's actually the same starting lineup that we had for the other day, Saturday, against Georgia Tech. Lively going back and trying to shoot a three like he did connect on Saturday down in Atlanta, but this one he winds up empty as Appleby comes down with the rebound, and Wake Forest sets up its first offensive possession here in Cameron. So that's where we're at, and we've got an easy two-pointer here by Hildreth as Filipowski hits the deck and couldn't quite find his footing there. Uh, bit of an embarrassing fall, but anyway, This is Lively at the top of the key over to Roach, and Filipowski now looking for position on the left block, but going to go to Proctor. A nice pass to Lively, and he has to give that up, and it's actually going to be a foul called against Appleby. No, sorry, against Hildreth for a reach-in hold here, and that's where we're at. So first team foul on Wake Forest. All-time. Roach for three from the Cameron Crazy section, and that connects, and so he gets the scoring going for the Blue Devils here. Nice to see Roach get the three going early. We shot very well. We've been shooting the three very well, rather, as Hildreth goes in for the lay-in with the left hand and can't connect. Is too strong, actually, and Duke in transition is Roach will take the transition three. I like the play. It's an offensive board and a putback by Lively, so great start here for Duke. There we go. Hildreth now going to give this one up to Monsanto, Damari Monsanto. That was it. And now back to Appleby, who gets the screen there. Screen by not Williamson, Carr, rather. As Hildreth now going to go one-on-one against Lively. Lively having to play him off. The three is deflected, actually. The length of Lively gets that deflection. And Duke out in transition again. Filipowski going to go coast to coast. No, he's going to give it up. Oh, that should be a foul. That should be a foul. It's going to be the second on Hildreth, as that was going to be an easy dunk for Lively. I love the aggressiveness that we're seeing out of Derek Lively earlier. So this is the Roach shot. This is the Roach shot that misses. Lively gets the putback. The ball never touches the deck. He goes straight up, and it's a dunk. And then on this particular one, Lively, again, in the midst of two Wake Forest Demon Deacons, also going up for the dunk, gets fouled, goes to the free throw line for shots here, and makes the first one. So the aggression here by Lively, and in chat, you guys have been on this subject the entire season. We've wanted to see Lively much more aggressive and much more engaged in the offense. Like averaging 6 points is the number one pick out of number one top rated, let's put it that way. Top rated freshman coming in is a little suspect. So we're looking for some more offense here. And I think we've seen early signs of it tonight. He misses the second free throw, but he's got three so far. As here's Appleby over to Carr. And Duke right now in the man-to-man. Lively actually playing pretty aggressively outside of the paint defensively. Apple's three goes in and out, and the rebound to Proctor. And Proctor is looking to push. He's been looking to push every time down the floor. Mitchell there actually gets blocked, and now it's Wake Forest on the other side by Williamson, who's going to take a coast. That should be a travel, but it actually ends up on the floor, and Roach has it. Now Duke find Filipowski in the corner. No, Roach is just going to take the jump shot from the ACC logo, nice and easy. And that's 5 points for Jeremy Roach. My audio isn't as loud as normal. Interesting. Maybe I've tried to turn it down a little bit because the new headset is. Maybe I'll turn it up a bit there. See if that works. But Carr for three. Ooh, that's a quick 3-point shot for Wake Forest, and they've got 5. I agree with Keon here. I think the aggression of Proctor. He's been. They're actually looking for. What is this? Foul on 30? They're going to call Filipowski for some offensive foul? He's actually been trying to make plays in transition rather than just running the ball down the court and then pulling the ball back out and then trying to essentially to play a half-court game. But I like the transition aspect. Maybe that's what they've been really practicing in practice here, as I think we have a foul on Tyrese Proctor, his first, so 2 quick fouls for Duke. This is on ESPN. It's just straight up ESPN. Not even ACC network. Damari Monsanto for 2, long range shot there, and Proctor down with the rebound. As Proctor's doing a little bit of everything today. And welcome in 1 year GPD 8. Welcome in. Welcome in everybody here on this Tuesday. Hopefully your weekend has gotten off to a decent start. Usually we can say we can congratulate ourselves for getting through Wednesday when we be seeing these games, but it's just Tuesday for now. So we have a bit more of the week to go here, but hopefully we're This is remember folks, this is a tune-up game in essence for the UNC game on Saturday, right? You can't, and in effect, it could also be a trap game for that reason, but you can't really look past, but Wake Forest already beat us, so that's goaltending. That's goaltending! What? That's the second game in a row that Duke has gotten like completely scuffed on a goaltending call. That's over the back, and that's going to hit the top of the backboard and not go down. GPD 8 is the thing. Yeah. Oh. All right, we'll fix the Discord here in a second. But it should be up shortly. Okay. Actually, I need to go back to this. I thought this was goaltending. Hold on. Okay, wait a sec. How do I zoom? Can I zoom in? No, I can change the speed. No? Is that not? Hold on. Okay, wait a second. Is this not goaltending? Nice little, behind the back crossover dribble here by Proctor. He's going to go up with the left hand, and that is incredibly close is what that is. That is worth a review. Oh my, okay. In live speed, it looked like goaltending. I swear, it looked like goaltending at live speed. But I don't know. I guess not. To cover the Formula One, have you seen Kyle Larson actually attempt to do the Coke 600, Indy 500 double in 2024? Is the Coke 600? Is that Daytona? No, no. Hold on. Coke 600 is which one? It's the race in Charlotte? Well, Indy 500 is IndyCar, but Coke 600 is NASCAR. And I suppose they're on the same day. That sounds insane. Is it even possible? Like, could you actually, like, what, you'd have to, like, finish one race, you get in the helicopter. Also, yeah, where, the Coke 600 is where? I thought it was in Charlotte, but I may be wrong. Obviously, Indy's in India. I guess you gotta get your private jet to go from one to the other, either way, right? We should be back here. Yeah, because there's a handful of drivers that's done it. Oh, I see. It sounds crazy. But look, if you really want to drive 1,100 miles in a single day, I mean, I suppose 1,100 miles, what's that like? 1,100 miles. Would be like, it's what, the distance from like DC to Miami effectively? It isn't Charlotte. I did have that right. I suppose if you want to do that in a single day, you could. It's not very scenic, though. You're going around in circles all day. Mitchell's going to shoot three here. No, he's not. Actually, he's going to give it to Proctor, who thought about the three. Now 12 seconds on the shot clock as we resume play here in Cameron, 8-5. Blue Devils ahead. And Filipowski does not get called for an offensive foul because it was a total flop by Wake Forest, and he's got his first 2 points of the afternoon. The ref finally swallows the whistle there, thankfully, as we've got 10-5 here. And the only, actually, no changes whatsoever here for Duke. The same starting five, so no substitutions. And we have 8 seconds on the shot clock here, and this is Williamson with the turnaround jumper, and Filipowski will bring that down for his first rebound of the afternoon. And he gives it up to Roach on the offensive side, and now we're going to go post up. We're going to do a little bit of ISO play. Oh my goodness, what a pass to Lively. What an extra pass to Mitchell, and we're still stuck. Good interior defense by Wake Forest, actually. You got to hand it to them. They bailed themselves out of that one. Because that was a Sports Center top 10 waiting to happen, as Proctor is going to get the jump shot for 2, and just about everything going for the Blue Devils at the moment. I think maybe we've missed one shot so far. Williamson has been at Wake since 2015. Probably. COVID year, redshirt year, graduate senior year. Maybe you make it all the way back to 2015 with that at this rate, right? Oh my goodness. The 3-pointer by Damari Monsanto with the range. It's perfect swish. That one drops. It's 12-8. I'll give him that one. He shot it over the outstretched arms there. That was pretty that was a shot. Proctor over to Roach, being guarded by Appleby. It's 1-on-1, and there's the screen by Lively. There's the extra pass, actually, to Roach, and they tried for the alley-oop, but the pass was off. Actually, the pass was too close to the rim and ends up in the arms of Wake Forest. Gross. Chris Hand, welcome in. Welcome in with the Let's Go Duke. I love it. Embrace the chaos. That was a bad play. Yeah, that was I mean, it was well intended. It was a well-intended play. It just poorly executed. Right idea, poor execution, as I used to say, or as I like to say rather, because like that is kind of what we had as a moving screen. That's absolutely. It's a 30 foul on 33. But the other problem with that is that it forces Lively to foul. So it puts a foul on Lively, which isn't really ideal. As Jalen Blakes enters the game now, still wearing the mask off the broken nose. Roach should have ice. I think, he definitely could have, but there was also part of the game plan that's probably trying to get Lively more involved. So anything to get him more involved, I'm not going to really disagree with. But how about Ryan Young trying to go up and under with it? That should be, no, they're going to call him for a foul, actually, as he couldn't connect. That was almost a very pretty play there as Ryan Young picks up a foul. That play does not go his way, unfortunately. Actually, so Filipowski has made 2 fantastic interior passes that his teammates have not been able to convert, but he's literally put them on a platter for the guys here. Lively couldn't make it connect, and then Ryan Young couldn't make it connect. I feel like there should be a foul there between Appleby and Roach, as Appleby's crazy shot no good, and he definitely walked. That wasn't called. The 3-pointer by Clintman is good too, and Wake Forest has closed this thing down to 1. We can't play Lively to his full confidence if he has more than 2 to 3 fouls. Yeah, I mean, he went straight to the bench after picking up that foul, which was, again, that's like the unfortunate part. But I think it was time for a bit of a substitution anyway, as you saw a 3 change there, as Appleby's going to pick up a foul on Roach, and Roach will shoot 2. Because you saw Blakes come in for Proctor. Ryan Young came in for Lively, and Grandison came in for Mitchell, and so that you swapped out 3 of them anyway. 12:18 here to go in the game, as Roach at the free throw line, and shanks the first, so that's lovely. Filipowski in the last 7 games, 19.9 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 double-doubles. You know what? I am not surprised. He has been our best player through and through this season. And Roach heads over to have a quick chat with Shire, although I think he's not coming out of the game. The other thing is that Filipowski basically has played the majority of he plays basically all 40 minutes. So actually Roach to the bench, Proctor in for the time being, and Filipowski's still in the game, so he hasn't come out at all. And good defense there on Hildreth, as now Hildreth is forced to shoot over Flip, and he can't, but Duke can't bring down the defensive board. Imagine this with a junior Emil Jefferson. Duke would anchor the paint. I feel like there's a couple of those. Didn't somebody say like a Justice Winslow the other day? Was that you, Keon? If Justice Winslow had played on this team, it's like, I feel like Justice Winslow is a more aggressive, more like bulked up version of Mark Mitchell. All right, let's see. So, so you saying that Appleby has been at Wake Forest since like 2015 has me like actually wondering how long he has been at Wake Forest. Okay, so he is a grad. He's a grad student. Tyree, okay. Well, you were close. He's been at Wake. No, okay. Well, he's been in college basketball since 2017, but CSU, which I'm gonna guess is Colorado State University, then University UF, University of Florida, and then a graduate transfer to Wake Forest. So the one I was thinking about was Childress, right, who graduated last year from Wake Forest. I feel like that dude had been at Wake forever, and I'm not counting obviously like since his dad played in like the like the late 80s, early 90s thing. Yeah, that was Williamson. 2017, that was the Bagley year. Yeah, but he wasn't actually playing for Wake. He's only played for Wake technically this season. So yeah. All right, we got 4 fouls on Wake Forest. We have 4 fouls on Duke. That's correct. It's hold on. It's 2 personals. No, this is not the penalty. There you go. It's actually 2 personals on Lively. 1 on Filipowski, 1 on Young. So Proctor does not have one. Interesting. Okay, that's even worse than I thought, actually. I was convinced for some reason that it was only 1. Duke currently shooting 5 of 10 from the floor. Wake Forest 4 of 12. And Wake Forest actually 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. So of their 4 shots, Wake Forest has made 3 threes and 1 2-pointer. Duke only 1 of 3 so far from beyond the arc tonight. But still, Duke maintains 13-11 here, the lead in Cameron for the time being. As Discord is indeed up. So for those of you that need the game, you can go join the subscriber-only watch party in the Discord. And please hit that sub button if you do, and then join us here for the rest of the conversation. So let's see, does Flip get a breather? No, actually. It's going to be Proctor, Blakes, Filipowski, Young, and it's an easy 2 for Matthew Marsh off the inbounds play here for Wake that they drew up during the timeout. Kentucky and Old Miss plays tonight. Nice. Wait, who won between Kentucky and Kansas? That game was this weekend, wasn't it? I completely whiffed on it. I just I got busy and I can't even remember what I was doing. I'm hoping Kansas did. Although I guess the game was at Rupp. Proctor gonna force one up here. He's got 4. Is that a real question? Well, no, I didn't actually watch the game. So I'm saying I hope Kansas won. I mean, I would expect them to, but like if it was a home game for Kentucky, who knows? Like, like maybe they managed to squeak it out or something. But I feel like I would have heard about it if they did. Considering I didn't, I would assume it was just chalk. Rock chalk, I suppose, in that particular case. As Wake Forest gets the defensive board, as Filipowski misses there with the left hook. Clinton now giving it up to Monsanto, and this will be the handoff to Appleby as Appleby gets, nope, travel in front of the Aaron Crazy section as the Crazies give him the whoop, 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 and then back to Duke, turnover for Wake. I want to say that's the second turnover for Wake Forest so far tonight. Yeah, second turnover for Wake Forest. And Roach back in the game, so you've got Roach Proctor, Mitchell, Grandison, and Ryan Young. Rather interesting looking lineup here. I think your scoring is going to have to come from Proctor and Roach and Mitchell, as Proctor's three no good, although to his credit, it was actually contested there. The three-pointer by Roach, however, is good, and he's got 9. So Roach has hit 2 threes, which he hit 4 3-pointers last game at Georgia Tech. He was basically, I think the stat was 4 or 5. And now he's hit 2 more tonight, plus a 3-point play. He's got 9 points. Roach's shooting lately has been really, really good, as Appleby gets and 1 here on just a completely a rather stupid foul. The only thing squeaking in Rupp are the soles of the shoes when people stand up booing Calipari or walking out of shame. Oh, that's funny. And I just this Roach play is so silly. Like, he makes a great 3-point play on like the offensive end, and then it comes down on defense and fouls it like Appleby. Like, I don't know, like, why, man? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, you're not gonna block it from behind. Like, that's not how it works. Anyway, Appleby converts to the line, and you have 18-16 here. Duke still out in front. And Young going to go ISO, I think. No, he'll going to give it back up to Proctor, and they're going to call that an offensive foul. That's silly. Pretty sure Hildreth is moving, but you know what? It's Duke, and the defender fell over, so it must be an offensive foul. I mean, Jesus Christ. He literally like jumps into him. Oh my. This is what I go back to. I'm like, you should just not have referees. You should have robots that just like watch it from their couch and are like, yep, foul, not, yes, no, charge, block. Like, you don't need the referees, man. Oh man, Mitchell gets stripped. He was trying to do way too much here. Appleby going to take a corner 3. That is a crazy shot, but it goes anyway because why not? As it's now 19-18, Wake Forest has gone on a 6-0 run to take the lead here at the 9-minute mark. Yeah, I'm really not liking this lineup. Like, this lineup needs Filipowski. Well, I suppose every lineup needs Filipowski in it, but there's just not much, like, I feel like Ryan Young alone on the interior isn't going to get it done for you. Because he can't step out to shoot 3, so all you have to do is just pack the paint for him, and then you're kind of like make him one-dimensional. As I say that, Filipowski re-enters the game, and Proctor misses an open 3-pointer, but Grandison actually picks up the offensive board, and great effort there. As, oh my God, Kyle. Timeout. Timeout, 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 timeout. 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 You need a timeout. You absolutely need a timeout here. Appleby has the last 8 points for Wake. And it's an 8-0 run as the and 1 by Jeremy Roach got Appleby going. And now he is in rhythm here. There's nothing about that play by Hildreth that could have been remotely considered a charge. I mean, like, just look at it, man. It's pathetic. I mean, Like, this is the full speed version. Look at this is so bad, man. I can't even, like, this officiating is just horrific. He's gonna give it up. It's like, oh, let me keep moving and stepping over here to the right side. I'm like, what? Like, hello? Oh, let's see it from this. Let me take a giant step to the right. And by the way, not even get in front of him. I have established no position. I take a last second, jump to the right. And somehow that's called a charge. I don't understand. That I don't understand. There's no there's not even no semblance of position. There's like literally nothing. It's like literally a textbook block. It's like defender jumps in front of offensive player. Like, it's a block. A blocking call. Roach, oh man, he should have taken that. Although here's a wide open three-pointer by Proctor that I was about to say isn't going to make it, but it does go down. So it was a good timeout by Coach Jon Scheyer as we had it called here. As Duke quickly goes out 5-0 here coming out of John's timeout. 2 points by Roach, 3 by Proctor, and we're back in the lead by 2. This is Williamson now. Proctor cuts off the baseline. Nicely done. Good defense as he fights over the screen there. And this is going to be a three-pointer by Klintman. That's his second one. And that's another 3 by Wake. And it's 24-23 here with 7:20 to go. Yeah, that is how you come out of a timeout. Although, I mean, I don't really like giving Wake Forest another three-pointer there. Lively is back in the game right now, though. That's a trip, man. That's a foul. No, there's a walk? What? What? Are we watching the same game? Are we watching the same game? Like, is there a different game being broadcast than like what they're actually watching in Cameron? Like, are they deep faking this? Like, what? What? I mean, it's either a push from behind by Williamson, number 4, or it's a hip. It's a check. It's a reach in by Monsanto. What? I can't even. I'm telling you guys, you should just get rid of the refs. Just get rid of the refs and let me call it from here, man. Cause honestly, it would pan out better. A123A, no Coach K to work the refs, and not surprised that Duke isn't getting the calls. I mean, it's not even that, man. It's just so obvious. Like, I can't even. I can't. It's insane. I almost feel like what was it, Jay Billis? Like, I don't know what's a charge and what's a block anymore. Like, I don't know. Refs are not scared of our guy Judge. I mean, yeah, by all accounts, John is a very nice individual. That is true. Marsh has one. What? Car 11. I mean, it's like literally like the travel is like the last thing you would ever call on that position. You either call the foul on Williamson, the reach it for hitting him in the back, the reach in on Monsanto with both hands, by the way, which you're not allowed to do. One, okay, maybe you get one hand, okay, maybe you get away with it. Two hands is an automatic foul. And it's been that way for years, by the way. Two hands on the offensive player. And then like that's like 1, 2, and then like, okay, maybe like your third option is a travel, and somehow you would pick option 3. I don't know. Anyway, we're trailing by 1. I feel like this Kansas State-Kansas game should actually be on primetime TV. Like, no offense to us, but that's number 7 versus number 8. As much as I love watching watching Duke on the primetime thing, I have a feeling that they were expecting Duke to be a little bit higher ranked than where we are now, which is not at all when they were scheduling the TV broadcast games. All right, and so we resume play here with 7:05 to go in the first. After 2 horrific reffing calls, and now they're probably going to call Roach for a foul, but I guess not, so sure, why not? And this is Monsanto there. That shot is no good as Filipowski brings down the rebound, and Proctor is going to bring this one up. Both teams having scored 9 times, 9 of 21 for Wake and 9 of 17 for Duke. Grandison thought about the 3, but no. And now it's Lively one-on-one isolation. Let's see a post move from Lively! And he's actually going to get fouled. All right. So we almost got to see a post move from Lively, but he gets fouled by number 11, Andrew Carr. And is this going to be considered a shooting foul? And it is, actually. It's going to be 2 shots. I didn't think the missed block could be topped, but then they called that to travel. I don't know why the Discord is far behind. Maybe it needs to get caught up. I don't know. Oh, as Jaden Shoot enters the game. I can check on it. So we got Jaden Shoot on the floor, but been more of a 3-point shooting threat. He came into the game against Georgia Tech, but did not hit any of his shots, unfortunately. So interested to see what that's going to be about. And Monsanto hits the deck off the ball here as Proctor, the offended party, ends up with his second. And that's the 7th team foul on Duke, which will put the put the Demon Deacons in the bonus here. Lively did hit his 2 free throws, so 25-24. It's going to be a 1-on-1 here for Wake's Damari Monsanto. And he makes the first. So 25 all. I think that the defense has been okay tonight. It definitely hasn't been as good as Georgia Tech. And if you kind of see what we're on pace for here, Wake is on pace to do about 65, I think, more or less in the game, which is below the 76 they scored on us when we went to Wake Forest, but still, probably we're going to need to do a little bit better than that, or we're going to have to really pick it up offensively here as Roach gets himself into trouble in the paint and has to get the ball back outside. And here's Filipowski, who thought about the 3. Nice fake, and now he's going to drive in, and that he'll get fouled on the way up. And whoever the ref at the bottom of the screen is just likes, wants a career in acting, because he's being very demonstrative to resist foul calls as Clintman, number 34 for Wake, gets that first one. So Kyle at the free throw line, which these free throws used to be automatic. I feel like his free throw shooting has regressed, which I'm not exactly sure. I feel like that shouldn't be possible, but interesting. Filipowski's 10 double-doubles are first among all active freshmen. That's pretty cool. 15.8 points per game. I mean, he's been tremendous. What are they waiting for? And now the refs are basically icing their own free throw shooter here. So if Flip misses this, I blame the refs too. And he did. So the refs cost us another point there by basically icing him for I have no idea what. They just prevented to substitution. I don't know. Some numbering penalty, and that's oof. Actually, I saw. So that's an interesting play with Jaden to shoot there at 550. That as far as defensively goes, he actually goes underneath the screen, which gives Williamson a wide open 3-point shot. We were sort of wondering if Schutt's defense has been sort of a liability that's kept him on the bench. After seeing that particular play, you have to wonder if him not fighting over the screen is going to be sort of a point of emphasis for the coaching staff. I mean, granted, Williams missed the shot, but it was wide open. So I'm trying to see whether or not he's going to hedge harder. Although his communication here defensively has not been bad there with Filipowski. Although Williamson had another free crack at it. I was kind of watching him and Filipowski communicate defensively there, which was pretty good. Roach is going to go for another 2. He's had the hot hand so far tonight. Actually, Schutt deflects that, and it's going to be ball going the other way. Roach so far with 13 points. Skylark, welcome in. Hey, no problem. I mean, it was an early start, right? Like the 7 o'clock is sort of an early start. Appleby just way too easy. Beats Jeremy Roach right off the dribble going right. And we're all nutted up at 28. Why are we struggling against Wake? I mean, we struggled against Wake when we went to play them at their place. So with the height difference, you would think that wouldn't be possible, although Filipowski draws another foul there. I believe this one is on it's on number 30, so that's another one there on Monsanto, or it's Monsanto's first. Mitchell working hard on the defensive rebounds. Let's see how many he's got. Yeah, let's see. You got the breakdown here. Mark Mitchell right now with 2 offensive boards. Proctor's got 3 boards. Filipowski's got 4 at the moment. And Filipowski connects the first of the line. He's got 4. Appleby looks tired here at 4:28. Still left in the first half. You got hands on the knees. Oh, you got a lot of hands on the hands holding the shorts there. Filipowski's second one hits the front of the rim, but rolls in. 2-point advantage to our Blue Devils with 4:26. Anybody else watch the unfortunately the Duke women lost this weekend. They were playing down at Florida State. They just did not really shoot well. And, okay, Mitchell should have gotten fouled, but either way, off of Wake Forest. I think at one point they were shooting about 20% from the floor, which was, you're not going to really win on the road if you're shooting that, so just unfortunate. Kevin, welcome in. We shoot over 36% from 3 at home. Not sure how we're doing tonight, though. So tonight, as Mitchell steps up to the free throw line, tonight we are currently 43% on 3 of 7 shooting, actually. So a little bit better than our average. As Mitchell connects on the first of the 1-and-1. We're not. Yeah, again, worst Duke shooting team in 50 years. It's not good. I rolled my ankle today during the game. Oh no, Skylark. Did you guys win the game though? But hopefully it's not like a Dariq Whitehead ankle injury. Maybe a little bit of ice and some stretching can get that going again. When's your next game? Shane Schutt picks up a foul here. The other thing we really have to watch is Schutt's movement off the ball, right? Because it's not like he's playing point guard. Doesn't have the ball in his hands a lot. But we need to keep tabs on how he's moving without the ball. Is he finding open spots? Is he getting these good looks? This team needs to learn shot selection. Oh boy, yeah, that's true. The score was 62-65. Oh no. That's unfortunate, man. Next game Friday. Filipowski is on the bench for the time being, actually, as Hildreth gets both of the free throw lines, so it's only a 2-point. No, Filipowski's not on the bench. He's in the game right now. Sorry, I'd messed that one up. And it's 3:50, and we have a kickball, so that'll be the under 8. No, what am I saying? The under 4 timeout. That we go to as Duke leads by 2. All right, we're going to need to close out the half really well here. Again, last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half, incredibly critical. I'm going to need to close this one out. Soak in ace Spanish and vinegar overnight. It will stink, but it's a lifesaver. This is medical advice from YouTube chat. Do with it what you will, but nobody is liable. Sign the legal disclaimer. No liability. Question, what if Duke played the Texas Tech no middle defense? Laugh now, thank me later. Actually, look, Duke's defense has been one of the stronger points of the season. There's been a couple games where we've let it go, where like, it's just the ball hasn't rolled our way. Like the NC State game, the Wake Forest game there, the Clemson loss, sort of, but we played really good defense for 37 minutes. It was only the last 3. Similar with Kansas. I actually think our defense has been pretty much the bright spot. It's our offense that has been pretty bad this season. So I wouldn't change that much with the defense, actually. It's pretty solid man to man for a freshman team. It's pretty solid. Oh man, I need more sleep. I gotta get some good sleep tonight. Right after this, I'm gonna make dinner, hit the gym, go straight to bed. Maybe I can make it to bed by 10:30. Maybe if I'm lucky. My time. Whew. So anybody have Carolina Day traditions that they want to share that they're going to prepare for Saturday? Is anybody preparing for the game in a different way? Granted, like I'm not tenting for it, obviously. Maybe I'll like pitch a tent in my living room though. That'd be something. I actually don't even have a tent with me, but it would be kind of hilarious if I like, for the rest of the week, if I don't sleep in my bed, I'll just like pitch a tent here in the living room and we'll go from there. Just to kind of relive the glory days. I would not be surprised. It might be maybe in the future. Maybe that's how I'll get my kids interested in tenting and going to Duke games, by pitching tents in the living room and having them sleep in it. And then like the next day they get to watch the Duke game. Too much of a nervous wreck that day, says Kevin. Would be good, young Duke fan in training. All right, Duke inbounding here. 3:49 to go in the first. Duke by 2 after a pretty decent first half. Although Wake is going to be slightly above our scoring average, or defensive scoring average here, as Roach has another 2-pointer. Roach has really perfected this mid-range jump shot right near the ACC logo. It's kind of become his thing, and I kind of love it, actually. Although I think the analytics would probably tell you that 2-point jump shot isn't much of a good shot, but he's making it work. Hildreth, great defense by Schutt and Ryan Young there on the help. And 9 seconds here for Wake Forest, as Jaden now working on Hildreth, and Hildreth is going to go up and over, and he will score on Jaden. Been watching Duke religiously since age 11, 89 to 90. Nice. For offensive plays, my team runs 5 out and 4. High school version of it, I don't think it'll work. Roach looking for Ryan Young on the right block. And Ryan Young is going to go ISO post move here. And he's actually going to draw a foul. To be honest, I didn't see much of a foul there. That's on Davian Bradford. But you know what? I'll take the makeup call. That's the 9th team foul on Wake Forest. As Ryan Young will go to the free throw line for 1-and-1. Skylark, remind us, what position do you play? Are you the guard for the team? I'm sure we'll never hear the end of how UNC beat us last year from every Tar Hole starting Friday night. Yeah, it's game day actually in Cameron. So, because it's Duke UNC on us, obviously, so it's game day. There were people complaining on Twitter as to why ESPN is coming to do College Game Day on an unranked Duke UNC, and I think there's a big profile ranked game. I think it is in the Big 12 this weekend, and they're like, why didn't they send College Game Day there? And we're like, come on, guys, it's Duke UNC. It doesn't matter if they're ranked or not. Although, to be fair, the media would have loved it if they were. Appleby's shot no good. It's a little leaner there with the right, as it doesn't go. 2:20 to go here in the first. Roach looking for an opportunity. That's another kick ball. Yeah, that's a kick ball. Yes. Duke to inbound here. 20 seconds on the shot clock because you get a partial reset off the kick. Now Duke looking for a horn set maybe with the two bigs up top. No, not quite. And actually, that's goaltending. Roach finds his way all the way to the rim, lays it up off the backboard, and then goaltending by Davian Bradford. Just a quick, simple screen there by Filipowski, and Roach actually rejects the screen. He doesn't go with it, and he just beats Appleby off the dribble. I used to go to open practice every year at Cameron before they started Countdown to Craziness. But open practice starts well before Countdown to Craziness. Like open practice is at the end of October, and then Countdown is like the first scrimmage, which is like at the end of November. I feel like they're like a year apart. I'm 6'7", so I play forward, center, and sometimes guard. I'm the tallest in the team. Look, we have a 6'7" tree here in chat. Even I love it. You could literally be in the Duke starting lineup. I mean, you're taller than anybody on Wake Forest's team, so there you go. Appleby at the free throw line for his second free throw. I honestly don't even remember why, but 12 points for him. Kyle Filipowski trying to force his way up. Ryan Young actually is going to get the rebound and the foul. Woo! Nice. This is, as Chad is saying, this is the time to pull away. As Filipowski goes up strong, the rebound down to Ryan Young and the foul. I think the foul was on... Foul from behind, actually. The foul was on Monsanto. That's his second, is Ryan Young with the +1 there. Gives himself 5 points for the half, and Duke opens a 7-point advantage with 1:40 to go. We are 12 of 15 from the free throw line. Wake Forest is 7 of 7. And that shot by Appleby, off the backboard, is no good. He was calling for a goaltend because Mark Mitchell did end up hitting the backboard, but nothing there. As Roach with the leaner, he's been hitting those all night, but doesn't come down with it. And Wake Forest recovers with the defensive board. 75 seconds left. Appleby trying to go left, cut off by Young. Let's see if he tries it again. No, now he's going to go right. Good help defense by Mitchell, and that's a turnover by Wake Forest. As Mitchell comes up with the steal, get it outside to Blakes, and can't do anything. We give up the transition play again. We have to go because this is going to be a 2-for-1 opportunity here. You have 50 seconds with 15 on the shot clock. Off in the right corner, it's Mitchell for 3. And they're just going to stop the play because they're going to call a foul. A what? A 3-second call? What? What? Huh? What? Where? Huh? Okay. What? I can't even. I can't. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore. Like, what are they calling? They're calling air. Oh my God, that 3-pointer was a complete air ball, and the Cameron Crazies are going to let him have it for that one. Should be able to hold for the last shot here. 10-second game clock, shot clock differential. As we will end up going 2-for-1 on this thing. I think you take this, you can get an offensive board, actually, so this would be huge. How much are the refs paid? Damn, man, this is crazy. Filipowski's going to go in there. That's a block there by Bradford, although we do get it back, actually, as the block rolls all the way down to the Duke sideline. So here's 8 seconds to go. Roach has it back. It's going to be a high screen by Young. No, we're going to call timeout. They're going to stop the game. The refs are just going to stop the game. For what? There's no shot clock. What are they looking at? An over and back? Okay, so the ball never hits the rim, but it does touch a Wake Forest defender. So it's not an over in the back. Okay, so if anything, it's a shot clock violation. If anything, this is a shot clock violation. Okay, so here's what happens. So Filipowski goes up with it. Okay, that's blocked at the 16. So there's 7 seconds to go. That gets kicked. 16 and then 12. So it should be down 16, 9-ish. Oh, 9. Yeah, 9.7. So it's a shot clock violation. Okay, that actually does make sense to me. So that one's actually okay. We can call it off. The couch refs are okay with this one over here. 3-pointer, no good for Wake, and Duke going to close the possession on the defensive board as Mitchell's going to try to go for a full court heave. Comes up short. Either way, Duke by 7 here at the halftime, as we have played a pretty good game so far, actually, here. 10 team fouls On the Wake Forest side, 8 for Duke. 23-game win streak at home versus Wake Forest, and we haven't lost since 1997. Although we did almost lose that game when Childress came in. That was maybe 2 years ago now. Did you all eat Skyline chili? That's a Cincinnati. That's a Cincinnati reference there. I'm eating chicken drenched in hot sauce. Nice. I haven't gotten a chance to make my dinner yet. I think it's either going to be steak tips or chicken. Although I haven't quite air fried chicken. I haven't quite determined it yet. Any case, here we are at the halftime. Again, welcome in everybody here as we have a 7-point game with Duke in front. Here, come on, buddy, come on. Come on. See if the pup wants to jump up. Does it? Come on. Let's go. No? All right. All right, let's check out the stats here. Let's check it out. That points total is not right. There it is. 41-34 at half. Duke shooting 13 of 25. Wake 11 of 30. So Wake actually much less efficient with their shooting. Duke currently at 52% from the floor. Although Wake kind of really staying in this thing from the three-point line. They're 5 of 14. Duke hit some threes early. 2 of them were hit by Jeremy Roach and end up being 3 of 7. For a total of 43% from 3. The free throws, 12 of 15 here. Wake Forest has not missed yet, although we've made more free throws than Wake Forest has even taken. And then we are winning the battle on the glass, right? So 22 points for Duke, 22 rebounds for Duke, 11 for Wake Forest. If I recall correctly, when we played at Wake Forest, we actually won the rebounding margin, but lost the game. It was very odd. And especially you would think with the height discrepancy of the teams, Wake, I think, instead of being around 6'4"-ish, and Duke like 6'7", that it would be, like, we would be winning rebounding, and it would be a major catalyst for us overall in the game, right? Defensive boards, 17 for Duke, and 5 offensive boards there for us as well. That makes up the 22 rebounds. 6 assists for Wake, only 5 for Duke, as we've gone 5 of 13. Assisted on 5 of the 13 makes. We actually did much better than that in the game against Georgia Tech this weekend. It was well over 50%. I want to say it was closer to 65 or 70% of the assists to bucket ratio. It's funny how Charleston was ranked at like 18 for 2 weeks, and as soon as they lose, they're out of the DP poll. I mean, yeah, that is kind of how it works, right? Because, like, presumably, like, you're a team that's kind of like, you know, plays in a bit of a weaker conference, and you keep winning, you keep winning. So if you think about it from the standpoint of the NCAA tournament, right, and like the net rankings and how teams get assigned points for your wins, so they win, and then they end up losing to a team that would be considered probably, like, within their conference, let's say, that would be considered like a quad 4, and maybe they lose it because they lose it at home or something. It's like some freak thing, and all of a sudden you have now a quad 3 or a quad 4 loss on your resume, and it looks awful, right? It's a big impact. You just you just want to avoid that, and then that essentially drops you out of the rankings. You're watching the season so far. I'm starting to think that all the years of people crying about us making more free throws than our opponents takes as being taken out on us in John Shire. Yeah, we are certainly not getting the friendly calls, that's for sure. Duke has turned it over 8 times, while Wake Forest has only turned it over 4. So that's not really a healthy stat here in the first half. That's not really something you want to see. If you double that to 16, not really good. You want to stay at 10 or less for the game. Have I been watching Last Chance U basketball? I feel like I heard of it, but I haven't watched it. Is that on is that Netflix? I feel like I've heard of it. Both teams even in the points off turnover battle, actually. So really, I think it's coming down to, Wake has more shots, but I think it's coming down to our offensive boards were +3, our defensive boards were +8. So like, we're doing really, really well on the glass, and that's a really interesting strength for us because we're going to need to be really, really good on the glass against Carolina, right? Against somebody like Armando Bacot and Leaky Black. And they're even their guards, they all kind of get in there and rebound. Can we see Ash? He is currently lying down at my feet, so not possible. Not possible. I'm trying to get him to like jump up on the sofa thing here. He'll warm up to it. He's currently licking. He is licking himself. All right, chat. So tell me, what do you think of the first half here? I mean, when we came out, I think one of the other changes, well, one of the other positives for us in the second half is that we're going to have Lively for the rest of the game, right? We saw him get those 2 fouls relatively early, and then he went to the bench and just wasn't. He actually came back into the game for a little bit, but it wasn't himself, or like didn't really capitalize or didn't do anything with the time he was on the floor. What's up with Mike Brey leaving Notre Dame? I mean, I think he may just well be retiring, right? Like, he's kind of up there. It may just be time. To be honest, I don't blame him. I don't know why people work until they're like 75. I'm like, I mean, I guess Coach K, it's a little extreme. I suppose that like, I mean, if he loves it, sure. But maybe Mike Brey just isn't loving it right now. So he probably, wants to just chill. I don't blame him. Man, I wish Bronny committed to Duke. His decision hasn't been made, has it? There's like still plenty of there's still plenty of time, I think, on that one. Should be, let's see, as far as like where we are at halftime here. $57. We have like 5 or 6 more minutes here. I'm going to go grab a drink, I think. Let's just make sure that all the fouls and everything are accounted for. This is Kansas and Kansas State that's going on right now. Oops. Click the wrong button. All right, Appleby 12, yes. So containing Appleby is going to be a challenge here in the second. 1, 2, 2, 3 on Bradford. That's right. Those were those 3 quick ones. And 1. Yeah. Height doesn't necessarily out-rebound hustle. Agreed. Although it makes it a lot easier too. All right, so 11 fouls for Wake Forest in that particular half of the game. And on the Duke side, we got 2. We got there. Roach, Proctor, 1, 1, 1, 9. Good. All right, there it is. Oh, here he is. There he is. Hey, buddy. Say hi. Say hi. You see a ball rolling on the floor, dive for it, then it's $100 bill. I feel like the $100 doesn't make it worth it anymore. They make too much in NIL deals. It's got to be like a $10,000. I don't see Filipowski on my screen. How are his stats? Oh, you're right. That's weird. Huh. He's got. I wonder why that is. There it is. Good catch. There we go. He's got 5. Tracking our guys here in the first half. Let's go to the individuals. Good catch. Filipowski's got 5 rebounds and he has 5 points. So he is exactly right on track for getting the double-double. Roach currently has 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting, which is incredibly efficient. And he's hit 2 from 3, although he has missed 1 free throw, unfortunately. And then your other rebounding leaders are Young with 4 and Mitchell with 4. And your other scoring leader is Tyrese Proctor right now with 7. So you get 7 and 17. So that's where we're at. Flip had 21 last game. Yeah. Last game he had 21. I think. This was he had 18. This is the Georgia Tech game. Oh man. This is the Wake Forest game. Hey, Ash, look up here. Hey, quit looking at your foot. Really need Mitchell and Grandison to go at 5 to 7 points. I mean, we've won plenty of games without Grandison scoring very many points, but yeah, I think Mitchell probably does. I mean, at this rate, Proctor and Roach are carrying with Filipowski playing the third sidekick, which is a little backwards, honestly, because it's usually Filipowski that's like the primary offensive, like, ball damage dealer, if you will. I mean, he just does a lot of damage when he's got the ball, man. It's Filipowski. And right now it's 17 for Roach and 7 for Proctor. What's the assists though? That's what I want to know. The assist is 2 for Roach and it's 2 for Young at the moment. So nothing too crazy there. Couple folks with 4 rebounds, Mitchell and Young. Yeah, nothing really stands out to me. All right, where is the? Imagine if Trey Jones stayed, Wendell Moore, Trevor Keels, and even Banchero. Well, you can't have all of them on the same team, right? That's not gonna work. That doesn't really work. You can't have all of them. Uh-oh, I deleted the preset standing height disk. That's not good. Do you listen to the Duke Basketball Report podcast? I do not. I probably should. I should definitely start though. It's hard for me to find times to actually do it. Actually listen between work and everything. Hey, buddy. There you go. Say hi. Pup's gonna need a dedicated camera before too long. It's gonna be one that follows him around the room. It's got some AI and image recognition, so it's like dog, and then it just tracks him. All right, we're back here in Cameron, getting ready to go for the second half. So, chat, for the second half, actually, this got a little scary for a moment there, especially when Wake Forest went ahead. Remember, Wake Forest ended up going on an 8-0 run, keyed off by Tyree Appleby, who actually had all 8 of those points in that run, and they actually ended up going ahead of us, right? And so there was a bit of a scary moment there. That's when Coach Shire called timeout, and Duke got back. Duke, found its form again, right? Duke got back into rhythm, and we started playing much better. But he got 8 quick ones. If he goes off for 20 points, they might close this thing up again. So we got to play really good lockdown defense on Appleby, make sure that he can't get his season average, which is around 18. But he is playing in Cameron against Duke. So anytime you do that as an opposing player, it's you end up somehow shooting like a basketball god. Yeah. Catching it on the drive to work, that would be pretty good, actually. I wonder if, like, when I was going to the gym or something. All right, Wake Forest is going to start with possession here. As we get Carr over to Appleby, he's going to drive this baseline. He has to swing this outside to Hildreth. And Hildreth going to get this one out to Williamson. Good defense here by Duke on the opening possession. Is Hildreth and going to go with the left. It's going to be too strong there. Filipowski with the offensive board. That's his 6th of the evening, which we are now properly in the evening, right? So we're going to need to activate PupCam here in a second. Mark Mitchell's shot no good. Rebound down to Wake Forest. And rebound there to Mark Mitchell. How autocorrect change 5 to 21 is beyond. Maybe it was wishful thinking. Oh, yeah. So you had it right. Roach for 2. That shot is no good. He's been hitting that all night, so I'm not really bothered by that shot, though. That kind of is his mid-range jumper. Hildreth being guarded by Mitchell. No team to score yet so far. We're 90 seconds into the half, and that's off by their Monsanto, and rebound down to the Blue Devils. So both teams having missed their first 2 shots of the second as Roach calls out the play. And you get a high screen from Lively on Proctor, and Proctor's going to try to just force this one up, and he's going to get fouled, actually. So he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, and Appleby fouled him. That's Appleby's 2nd. Hey. Demario Monsanto, 1 of 9 from the floor right now with only 5 points. Rough. As Proctor gets the first. Sorry, which one was the one we just called out? Proctor makes both free throws. So he's got 9 so far, closing in on the double-digit mark here. Nine-point advantage here for the Blue Devils. We can really put our foot on the gas right here. Just like put the foot on their throat and kick it and just stop it down. There's no way that shot, actually that 3-pointer goes in and hit the top of the backboard, and that means it is technically out of bounds, so ball to Duke. Mitchell over to Filipowski. Filipowski going to try to go up with it. I think that was a force, buddy. Yeah, Filipowski really forced that one. I mean, he didn't really have position. He had like physicality, but not really position. As Lively blocks the Wake Forest shot itself. And now Jeremy Roach is going to set up offense here with 17:23 to go and 20 minutes left as Mitchell is going to go for 3. He can hit that shot, but he doesn't. And Lively comes down with a rebound and And they're going to call Appleby with a foul. Which I don't understand either. All right. Filipowski for 3, no good there as Mitchell comes down with that board, and now Mitchell going to try to power in. He gets his own board. So 2 rebounds, but no points. Sorry, I've activated something that lets me draw on the screen. It's rather fascinating there as what in the world? There we go. As Proctor has 12 after he hits that 3. And Appleby reconnects there for 14. Who's y'all's Duke GOAT? For me, it's no-brainer Christian Laettner. I mean, technically the GOAT is Krzyzewski, is it not? Like, granted, he wasn't a player, but he still counts. He's on he's the coach. Roach's shot no good. Lively with the attempted putback, can't get it either. And the rebound comes down to Hildreth. And extra pass outside to Williamson. That was a nice extra pass. Actually, Williamson had to hit that 3-point shot, and he comes up empty here. As Mark Mitchell, good defense by Mitchell. Great defense. Way to defend without fouling, actually. It was the best part of that whole thing. Mitchell over to Proctor. Proctor going to dive in, and there's the lob! Yes! Wake Forest has to call time. This is the kind of setup that we have been waiting for literally all season. Nice. This is fantastic. This is great vision by Proctor, and it's a great and decisive finish by Lively. Yeah, this is cool. I'm loving this play here. You got the 2 bigs that are kind of playing the 2-man game up front, and now they're going to screen for each other, right? As Filipowski's going to – oh, no. That was before. But, I mean, it's just too easy. Like, you should literally try to do that every time down the floor. Like, I don't know why we don't. Because you could rack up points in a hurry. I started watching Duke in the 2014-15 season. So if I had to pick in the era, I guess he could pump high. He can shoot threes, yeah, sometimes. That was a fantastic team. That was a really fun team to watch for sure. That was fun. That was fun. I remember that one, and then last year's team with Banchero was also a lot of fun. They did very well. They did very well. As far as like tonight and Shire, I'm just expecting us to get into the tournament, so we need to keep winning. Although I still think that I think UNC is technically still a quad 1 win, which makes it interesting, right? Because neither team is ranked, but the game is pretty high stakes as far as the seeding lines go. So you do not want to lose that game Saturday. You certainly don't want to get swept. So, yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Tuesday evening. It's 8:22 on the East Coast, 5:22 for us here in Seattle. Welcome into the channel here. We have Duke leading 48-36 off of a couple made buckets from Jeremy Roach, Proctor. And we are getting ready to go. A quad one win if they were within top 30 net, I think. Cool, I think you'll like it. I think it's either 30 or 35, something like that. But yeah, it sounds right. It sounds right. I will say, other than maybe 2 turnovers, the passing has kind of been on point tonight. I mean, Filipowski has proven himself to be a legitimate interior passer. Like, he's been feeding slam dunks to Ryan Young and Lively, and they haven't been capitalizing on it. So it's not like it gets him an assist, which is unfortunate. 3-pointer by Wake is long, and Filipowski comes down with that rebound too. And now he's got 6 by my count. Yeah. Proctor's 3-pointer no good. And in that case, Monsanto brings down the board, and now Hydra's going coast to coast. Oh my goodness! What a rejection by Lively as Mitchell keeps it. No, yes. No. Mitchell couldn't keep it in bound. His foot was on the end line. Proctor and Lively have good chemistry. I would hope so. And we've hit the under 16 timeout here. Yeah, Derek Whitehead in street clothes, but I didn't see a walking boot or anything, so I think he's going to be okay. Maybe he comes back for Carolina game. That would work, right? Look at this nasty block here by Lively. It's number 1 over here. Get out! Oh, that's so close. Mitchell just steps on that end line. Bummer, man. You definitely would have had 4v5 going the other way. 5v4. Skylar, Lovely does not want a ball to hit the rim. No, and you know what? It shouldn't. There's no need for it to, because you should be dunking the thing every single time. There's no need for the ball to hit the deck. There's no need for you to bring the ball down low. Just go up with it and slam it home. Easy. Easy. Okay. Man, the timeouts are killing us, yo. The timeouts are absolutely killing us. We got to get back into this game. We got to get going. I want to put Wake Forest down in the gutter right now. Come on. I don't know what's been up with the commercials today, but it's been all infomercials, all info ads. It's really quite annoying. The annoying thing about being a Duke fan is when your whole family is UNC fans. Is that what you're at Skylark? How did you become the Duke fan? That's a story I'm interested in. Flip on 5 points. Yeah, Flip hasn't scored. He's gotten 3 rebounds since the break, but no points. Yep. Yeah, he's gotten 3 boards, so I was right about that. So that's 8 for him, and yeah, he's still at 5 points. Yeah, that's real. The math is right. Proctor with a quiet 12. Dale Sigmund, welcome in. Welcome into chat. It's a name I haven't seen. Welcome. Yeah, he has kind of had a quiet 12. I mean, compared to Roach's 17, where Roach has been, bombing threes and making flashy mid-range jump shots. Net rankings, I said yesterday, Duke 23, UNC 33. Yeah, we don't want to lose to UNC. We certainly don't want to lose to Wake here tonight. As Appleby, oh my goodness, the bank is, he literally banks a 3-point prayer, and Appleby's got 7. Oh, it's a 2? All right, so 48-38 then. There we go. Filipowski to Proctor. And now to Roach. As Appleby trying to figure out whether he wants to go above or below the screen there. And, they call that an offensive screen, a moving screen. This is a setup. This is absolutely a setup for Filipowski. They're like, Appleby is like going around the screen back and forth, baiting Filipowski to like move, and the ref's just like, okay, I'll call it. Sure, why not? Roach has been working on his NBA jumper, playing off the ball. That's probably a good way to put it there, as Filipowski almost had that rebound off a missed 3-pointer by Wake, but it's actually Lively that comes down with it instead. And oh my, Proctor hits Lively in the face with the basketball. And so Wake Forest gets it back off the turnover, and here's Appleby. I don't know why Lively just didn't stand in there. Like, he tries to go for this block. He could have probably just tried to, put both hands up and made himself look large. Appleby with a good interior pass. Lively blocks it, and it's a huge rejection. And now going the other way is Mitchell, and Mitchell should be having an and one, and he does. That's what I'm talking about. Man, they were going to call this a charge too. No, that's absolutely a block, man. Klintman completely moves. Oh my God, it's so bad. Long 2 with foot on the line, worst shot in basketball. To be honest, I don't know. I was just watching college basketball and saw them play. Okay. And Mitchell comes down. He's got 5. It's because the darker blue is my favorite color. The Duke blue is the correct blue. The Carolina blue is the wrong color blue. Mitchell there with a rebound. He's found a little spark here as Duke has opened a 13-point advantage. We've kind of held them around like 8 to 10, but maybe let's see if we can kind of push this thing out to 15, 18 here. Roach was asking for it in the corner. Now here's Proctor. He's going to take it himself. Proctor tried to go for the alley-oop, but again, couldn't get it over to the top of the Wake Forest defenders. And now Appleby going the other way, and this is going to be a 3-point shot by Hildreth. That 3-pointer is good, so it's a 5-point swing there as Hildreth connects. And now we're back to 10. That's unfortunate. As you had the 2-pointer lob that you were trying to get there to Lively, and it just results in a turnover, and then you get the transition opportunity that Wake Forest ends up finding a 3 in transition. Now Filipowski going to go hard. He's going to step in there. Nice little Euro step. And Filipowski's got 7, so he's finally off the 5 mark. What? What a ticky-tack foul call. They call Proctor for nothing? Proctor hits a screen and then gets called for the foul. What? God. Their D is either on point or subpar at times. Well, actually, it's not too bad right now. Lively. That should be that's a foul. He jumped into him. Yeah. That's a foul on Lively. Like Andrew Carr kind of gives Lively the elbow with the left hand, and like Lively doesn't really move, and then Lively jumps back into him on the next one. And as soon as you leave your feet, like you've given up position. That's an easy call. Yeah, there was a foul on Proctor before, but this foul on Lively is real. as Andrew Carr at the line. He's got one there, and now going to shoot his second. So with this, that would come back to 10 points. And yes, he does connect. So 5 points for Andrew Carr. Actually should change this. It's the second. Both teams still, no, Wake only has 2 timeouts left. Oh, nice move there. Great find by Grandison as Ryan Young has 7 now off of that. Great feet, great post position, great seal with the body. Really kind of just has the defender on his hip. It's a fantastic delivery on the pass, and it results in an easy 2. Nice heads up, experienced play by the 2 veterans there. This is a mismatch now. Andrew Carr actually, oh! Blake's beside himself, thought he had a steal. I actually think he did. He had one too. Apparently did not get all ball on that though. I want to look at this play again. If we'll allow us to here. There's this play here. Duke has 4, Wake has 3. All right, so this particular play, you see Ryan Young, there's the pick, there's the roll, Grandison, great seal down low, and just really easy. It's a nice delivery, actually, by Grandison, who sees him and then just delivers it. I didn't see this. I'm looking for this foul on Blake's, but oh, that's not a foul, man. That's a big man bringing the ball down on the deck and then having one of the guards go strip it. He deserves to be stripped of the ball for that. You deserve to lose the ball. If you're 7 feet tall and you bring the ball down, so that a guard can come up and grab it, you deserve to lose it. Deserve to lose the ball. One, two, Carr, 3 Bradford, 1 Monsanto, 1 Marsh, 3 Clintman. There it is. We solved it. Hey, buddy. Hey, come on. Come up. We're here. Oh, the pup is giving me, he's hungry. That's what, he's hungry. Ione Razor, welcome in. Hey, long time no see. Welcome in, Ione Razor. One of our OGs. BC's still up 2 on Clemson, under 8 minutes left. I doubt it'll. Well, I mean, it's kind of funny, right? Because like Clemson beats Duke, and then the next game they lose. That's kind of like it's like always like the Duke hangover. This actually, I kind of want to see. So they beat us. Oh, then they had an 11-day layoff. And then they beat Virginia Tech by 2. Then they lost to North Carolina. Actually, Wake Forest comes in here on a 3-game losing streak, actually. But you're right. Clemson 45, Boston College 47. 5:57 left to go in the game. And then Virginia Tech and Miami is currently tied with 7:15. Actually, if you recall, we actually had a tough time at Boston College. That game ended up being way closer than it should have ever been. So maybe Boston College find a little spark tonight. They change everything in college basketball except the possession era, which they would jump it instead. I agree. I think they should. Duke started the second half 0 for 6 and is now 5 of 7 as Wake Forest kind of started to get back into it, and now we have them back at a 12-point advantage here as Wake Forest inbounds with 11:38 to go in the game. And Hildreth going to find this one Bradford. Bradford has to get this back outside as the interior defense for Duke holds up. And as Appleby, with an acting job, gets fouled somehow by Roach. I mean, what a bailout. What a bailout by the refs. There's 4 seconds on the shot clock, and Appleby, they call a 3-point shot on Appleby. It's just been great. Oh, it's been great just hoping for some Kentucky success. Oh, God. That's been hard to come by this season, unfortunately, my friend. Duke's biggest chokes this season, Wake and VT. Yeah, Boston College was almost one of the other big chokes, right? What are they even reviewing? Oh my gosh. This game is taking forever because the refs are like, they're reviewing whether it's a 3 or a 2. It's a 2. His foot was inside the line. They should just ask us, see? Easy, we have it in 2 seconds. The Blue Bloods have been rough. Except for Kansas, I guess. Although apparently Kansas has dropped a couple of them here and there. But Wake Forest, 9 of 9 so far at the free throw line. Appleby looks like he's wearing one of the Jack Sparrow hats you get from the Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney. You know, now that you mention it, I actually can't get that image out of my head. As Appleby makes both, and Wake Forest is 11 of 11 from the line. Yeah, I can't get that out of my head now. It's so true. Roach coming off the screen there. 2 Wake Forest defenders, and he finds himself ends up getting stuck, and it's just a turnover. You could have called a timeout there. Somebody by Duke has to go bail him out, by the way. Like, get open, and now he's going to get called for a block. This is insult to injury here. The turnover and then getting called for a block. It's just like, I don't know. This is kind of like, I feel like the rage from the Appleby foul, and then on that possession, I agree here. Shire's got to take him out. Shire's got to take him out, and he does. Fouls, yeah. Although now he's nursing his hand, so. But yeah, there's a bit of a mental tilt there, I think I would say, as Filipowski gets kind of beat there, and Carr. There's the out-of-bounds play by Wake Forest, and they bring it down to 8. Wake Forest has done very well with their out-of-bounds plays right now, and so the lead keeps going from like 8 to 13, and then back to 8. Now Duke has to respond here with Roach on the bench. It's Proctor, Blakes, Grandison, Young, and Filipowski. Grandison going to go for 3. That shot's way off, actually. And now here comes Wake Forest with an opportunity. And this shot, the 3-pointer there, that's no good. Weak side rebound to Bradford by Wake Forest, and Appleby is going to take that 3 again. That looks way off, actually, and that's trying to be deflected out. And they're going to call a foul on who? Oh, my. I don't even know who they call that foul on. Foul on Filipowski, maybe? But this is a 1-and-1 for Wake Forest. So Wake Forest is shooting free throws the rest of the way for 10 minutes and 20 seconds, and they haven't missed all night. I don't know. There's a bit of big momentum shift in the game here ever since we came back from the media timeout as Carr hits both of them. It's gone on a 7-0 run, has Wake Forest here. The Cameron Crazies have got to get into this game. As Filipowski is actually on the bench as well. He's going to go back to the scorer's table And there's Lively with the screen for Grandison. Nice find, actually, for Mitchell. Mitchell, oh, man, he's got to go up, and he gets held ball. Oh, my God, and the possession arrow is going to give that to Wake Forest. He had it. Wow, okay. Oh, actually, no. The possession arrow gave it to Duke and Proctor for 3, so ESPN had this wrong. And Proctor comes out and drills a 3 from the sideline. The graphic is wrong because right now that should not have been. Okay, so it's a 9-point game right now. Huge 3-point shot from Tyrese Proctor as Appleby's 3 is no good. Lively comes down with the defensive board. It's 5-on-4. Go! And we don't do anything. Proctor maybe feeling it a bit. Nothing. Now we just set up half-court offense. This is when it gets boring. Yeah, we really needed that 3. That was a huge spark. Let's see if we can get another one here. Filipowski's going to drive on Carr. Filipowski going to go in with the left hand. The leaner. Oh, no good there. And Lively was not in position to get the board. Demario Monsanto for 3. No, the 3-point shot has not really been good for Wake Forest outside of Appleby. And Duke comes down with that particular one. I think that's a rush shot for Wake Forest, and Coach Shire is going to call timeout here. And .8:42 to go as Duke calls time. So, sorry, I was getting pinged by work. I was gonna talk about the 3-point shooting for Wake Forest, which I'm right now is at 6 of 25, which is down at 24%. I mean, we're shooting 5 of 13. Need to settle this thing down and start building that lead again. It does look like playground ball for a few minutes. It's actually a good it's a good description, actually. Like, the game kind of, like, Wake Forest kind of started to muck the game up a bit, and they got themselves back into it. And I think this is a good timeout by John. But yeah, if that Tyrese Proctor 3 had missed, we would have been in just serious trouble. And Roach is going to dive in there. Roach is going to go to the rim with the right hand. Seems like his hand is okay, and Duke's at 60. Wow, that's a huge bucket, as we got an 11-point lead here. This is maybe a patented Duke run. It's a 5-0 Duke run so far. And great defense by Lively to step in there on the help of Carr, and then he's going to throw that away. Derek Lively with the impact defense here to step in there and cut off the drive. Wow. That is like why Derek Lively is such a good player defensively. That was impressive. He just makes like these game-altering defensive plays. It's actually really, really neat. So let's see if we can go on a bit of a run here. If we get another bucket here, like you'd say the Wake Forest attempted comeback died with Derek Lively right there. Roach. Oh, he was looking for Filipowski, and Roach is just going to put up a soft one. Roach has 21 points tonight, and Duke is back up to 13. Yeah, I think the Wake Forest comeback died with the stone wall of Derek Lively right there. That was a huge play. As Lively, no, not on that one, but Bradford gets the rebound and the quick putback, so 11 points is the delta here. Filipowski back to Proctor, over to Roach. There's the screen by Flip. And Roach, he has Mitchell but doesn't go to him. Proctor kind of dribbles himself into no man's land. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Filipowski tries to get the ball to Lively, but Lively's got to work harder for that. He doesn't really come to it, and it turns out that Wake Forest just kind of intercepts the pass. I think he's got to meet him halfway there. 6:53 to go, and Zook's still in control here. And that's an and one. Oh my. What? I don't even know they call that on Mitchell. For what? Damari Monsanto's got 7. He'll be at the free throw line when we come back, and Wake Forest still hasn't missed. And so now it's a 9-point game here in Cameron with, what do you have? 6:43 to go. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Tuesday evening as we're about 10 minutes from 9 p.m. on the East Coast. If you're new here, welcome in. This is where we watch and commentate and discuss about all things Duke while they're playing. And we do all the games here, so make sure to come back on Saturday. That game is going to at 3:30 Eastern. No, sorry, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. That's 3:30 my time, which is why I was thinking about that. And it'll be the Duke-Carolina game, which should be fun. Justin will be back, so we'll have more than just me on that broadcast. And it should be a good one with both teams unranked, but everything to play for, right? Both teams kind of jockeying for this middle of the pack in the ACC. Both teams kind of jockeying for this middle of the pack NCAA seed. Like a win by either team is pretty good for the resume at this point, right? So definitely need the stakes are always high when Duke and UNC play, even if there are no numbers next to the names. Who paid the refs? We've been asking that all night, actually. We are awake. We went from a baker's dozen lead to possibly 8 in a blink. Slap the floor and I mean, like I said, it's been a back and forth, right? The lead has been shifting between 8 and 13 points either way. It's like Wake Forest goes on a run, Duke goes on a run, Wake Forest goes on a run, Duke goes on a run, and that's kind of like what we've had, and so it's just like another iteration of that right now. Right now, Wake Forest is the one on the run, and so, you know, we just need to go back to shot selection. The chat earlier, you guys, that this team needs to take better shots. Like the shot selection has to be really, really good on this next offensive possession. It cannot be a turnover. It cannot be a turnover. I mean, even if you miss the shot, it's fine as long as you have good shot selection, and then you can get back on defense and play the half-court defense. But you cannot turn this over into a Wake Forest fast break, especially if you take a long 3. God forbid. Let's not have that happen. All right, we should be getting back here. If we didn't have to play Wake the rest, we'd be up by... Yes, we're currently playing 2 teams, Wake Forest and the referee team. So it's 6:48 to go. We resume play here in Cameron. Duke by 9 with Damari Monsanto by Wake Forest at the free throw line. It was a perfect 11 of 11 as a team so far tonight. It'd be a great time to miss a free throw. We have about 13 turnovers. I think it's more than that, actually. Monsanto hits, and it's 12 of 12 there for Wake Forest. Oh, no, we had exactly 13. It feels like more. Just Wake Forest hasn't been shooting the threes very well at all. They're 6 of 25. We're 5 of 13. We just haven't taken as many, but Wake Forest kind of fallen in love with it. Oh, beautiful move by Filipowski, who now has 9 points. I mean, just a strong move in the paint to get to the rack. I expect the game on Saturday to be very physical. Keep Bacon under control. Keep him out of the paint. Paint smart. Yeah, I want to see us win the rebounding margin. I think if we win the rebounding war, we'll win. Oh, what a steal by Roach, who intercepts it, and he's gonna go all the way with it. No, on the follow, it's gonna be Proctor with 17. Roach came in like an NFL quarterback to steal that cornerback. Sorry, to steal that pass. Good Lord. Completely jumped the passing lane there. It's a great that actually Proctor followed it up, and now Filipowski with the tipped pass, and he will pick it off. So 2 straight turnovers for Wake Forest, and let's punish them again for this. So Wake Forest, who got this thing to within 8, has now gone 2 straight turnovers. Oh, what a pass by Filipowski! And Ryan Young has 9 off the Filipowski assist. We've seen Filipowski now 2 games in a row. The interior passing of this kid has just been tremendous, but his teammates haven't been in the right spot or been able to gather themselves to actually reward him. Ryan Young makes it work as Duke makes Wake Forest pay for 2 back-to-back turnovers with 4 points. That's just a beautiful. Yeah, this is the Jeremy Roach one that's just beautiful. Roach has 21 points tonight. Proctor has 17. And you have Tyree Appleby at the free throw line shooting 2. And he's got 19 and will probably have 20 because why not? And Wake Forest still hasn't missed a single free throw. And so there we are. So Lively has 4 personals. Okay. Filipowski. Oh, Filipowski's going to put up 3. That's long. Ryan Young tries to get the offensive board, and it's actually going to go to the way of Wake Forest here. 12-point margin for the Blue Devils. .point game with 4:52 to go. I'm looking at some of the other stats here. Filipowski's got 9 rebounds and 9 points, 1 short of a double-double in each department. Mitchell's got 8 rebounds actually, but only 5 points here. Lively's got 6 rebounds and 7, and so far Roach has 21 points, 2 assists, so there's no double-double here. Proctor has 15 points and 4 rebounds, and they're going to review this play. It was out on Duke. 19 fouls to 3, unrealistic. Yeah, man. I mean, I think it was the 10-20 mark that Wake Forest got into 1-1. Monsanto, the step back 3. Oh, they finally get that one to go. And the 3-point drought is over for Wake Forest as the lead has shrunk to 9, actually. And Wake Forest will call time. Actually, Duke has 3 timeouts still. Wake Forest should have 1. Especially for home team, it's an outlier. Honestly, I mean, we've been following it the entire time. I agree. We're holding into a really low field goal percentage and still, yeah, it feels like we're not out of the woods. Yeah, Wake Forest has gotten a much higher volume of shots off. Really, I think it's because we've been turning the ball over so much. Like, I mean, we have 13 turnovers here, and Wake Forest has only turned it over 5 times. The whole shots, by the way, it's 7. Wake Forest is 17 of 54. They're shooting 31.5%. Duke is 22 of 44. So, like, your instinct is right. Like, Wake Forest has just taken 10 more shots, and it's not even a rebounding thing. It's 8 offensive boards for Wake Forest, 8 offensive boards for Duke. It's literally a turnover battle. That they have 8 more turnovers than Wake Forest, and so they're getting more possessions than we are off of this. As Proctor has to go up against a shot clock here, and now it's another Duke turnover and a foul called on Ryan Young for absolutely nothing. At the 4:10 mark here, and Wake Forest has another opportunity, now down 9. Like, the refs are going to make this a one-possession game with 30 seconds left. I'm calling it right now. That's the alley-oop is actually no good, but they'll probably find a way to call a foul on us for some reason. Foul because your name is Ryan Young and you're wearing a blue jersey, or a white jersey in this case with blue markings on it. And so the Duke turnover results in nothing for Wake Forest. Luckily for us, it was about to be 2 points here. And now Roach to Proctor. Yeah, by all accounts, this is still a very close game, right? 3:45 to go. We need another bucket here. A bucket and a stop to put this thing away. Roach trying to go with the step back jumper. That's no good. It wasn't quite in love with the shot selection on that one, but he has been hitting them. And so here's Appleby trying to take a quick. No, he's actually going to go outside to Carr. Oh, my goodness. In and out. Wow, that three-pointer was halfway down. And Filipowski comes down with his 10th rebound. Let's see if Filipowski gets Duke points 69 and 70. Here's Proctor. Proctor's going to go for 3. That's not quite. In and out as well. And so both teams trade missed 3-pointers. And Appleby's going fast. They're going to try to go for the alley-oop there. And now Wake Forest finally converts that alley-oop. That's 11 for Andrew Carr, as the Duke lead has now shrunk to 7. I mean, they are milking the clock. They're just not getting buckets when it's over. And right now it's a 3-possession game. There's 2:40. That is a beautiful look inside, and that is 69 and 70 there for Filipowski, for Duke rather, as Filipowski has 11. That bucket was bigger than milking the clock, for sure. Now we need some defense here. It's Proctor guarding Monsanto. 10 seconds for Wake Forest. They don't seem to be in any rush at all. Oh my. Monsanto hits 3. He's hit 2 straight back-to-back 3-pointers. And now it's a 6-point game. 2 points to go. Next whistle will take us to the under 4 timeout, by the way. We still haven't had that media timeout. Ryan Young kind of stuck with the ball at the top of the key here. As now it's Mitchell. And there's Roach. We got 10 seconds to go. We got to make a play here. Roach. Oh my gosh, find Filipowski. 3-pointer for Flip is no good. Close. Wake Forest down with the rebound on the weak side. Oh, that was going to be the dagger, actually. As Appleby is going to go in, and he will, oh my God, they're going to call that an and one. Because of course they are. They're going to call that an and one, and that's Roach's 4th foul, and Appleby's got 22, and he'll get 23 because Wake Forest still hasn't missed a free throw. And it'll be a 3-point game. And it'll be a 1-possession game with 90 seconds to go, which is exactly what we said was going to happen 2 minutes ago. I mean, it's exactly what we said. I literally rewind the stream. I said with 30 seconds to go, you're going to have a 1-possession game because the refs are going to make it that way. I mean, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Man. This is bad. We have 11 fouls on Duke in the second half and 3 on Wake Forest. How? They're not like some magical team that just doesn't foul. It's like, yeah, it's accurate. Yeah. This is going to be a 3-point game when we get back. It's a 1 possession game with 1:23. Yeah. So you absolutely need a bucket. The Filipowski 3-pointer was kind of brutal. By the way, folks, if you're just joining us, jump into Discord. If you need the game, we have the subscriber only watch party in Discord. So hit the sub button and then join us in Discord, and then you can give us your thoughts on the game. Here is Deshaun Warren saying this is quite terrible. This is kind of going to be one of those endings. Remember, this like Duke and Wake Forest are no stranger to last-second endings in Cameron. If you recall the Childress play from 3 years ago, I want to say, that goes, it's like halfway down the rim and then it like comes out, like literally saves us. Like, it was a last possession play, right? But for Wake Forest, and then I feel like there was another one where they it like the long range heave just didn't quite make it, or hit off the rim or something. Yeah. When you heave threes, do you not invite contact or fouls? Wake is driving and creating contact. Well, I mean, Wake did kind of fall in love with the 3 for a while. And they've sort of gone away from that now, obviously. Actually, Boston College is up 8 on Clemson. That result is final. Boston College beats Clemson by 8. So Clemson falls on the road. Lively needs to be out on the floor. Lively has 4 fouls, actually. And so it's a bit tenuous for him at the moment. But yeah, I mean, for the last 83 seconds, yes. I mean, Wake Forest is on a 12-2 run in the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I mean, it's insane. Like, I don't know. Roach is like close and like the contact. I think Roach gets beat. He just has to let him go. Like, you can't risk this and one here. Like, you go from a 2-possession game to a 1-possession game. You just got to be smarter than that. Like, if he beats you at this point and like maybe like the help defense bails you out, but oh my God, he missed a free throw. Wow. Okay. Well, here you go. Proctor with the ball. Filipowski, Young, Roach, and Mitchell. Your 5 on the floor, and Roach gets hit by Appleby, which is his second, but it's only the 4th on Wake Forest, so it doesn't really matter. Now, the only thing that does kind of matter is that it resets the shot clock to 20 seconds. So you can drain a bit more time off the clock. That's but there's no free throws or anything. I suppose it's probably the best scenario right now, because if you get sent to the free throw line, you probably don't want to you're sort of in this position of like having to make the 1-and-1, and right now you may as well just like burn time off the clock and keep it at a 4-point game, and at some point force them to foul you. With a minute left, yeah, put him in with a minute left. So Lively not on the floor here. I would guess on the offensive possession, maybe not, but if they have a stoppage of play, I would put him in on the defensive possession here, as we have 13, 12 seconds, and now 10 seconds on the shot clock. Proctor has got to make a play. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Filipowski just flattens the Wake Forest defender. Now 4 seconds, and Flip is going to take 3 from the top of the key, and it is Filipowski. Who else? Why not? to deliver Duke the W, seemingly deliver Duke the win. Huge shot by Filipowski. And Wake Forest has to call timeout. What a play. I've been saying at some point, no, Duke calls timeout actually, probably to get Lively back into the game. I think this is the defensive swap that I'm saying that they were going to say they were going to make on here. So Filipowski flattens Monsanto. By the way, it's a legal screen because he was there. He didn't actually move. Then pass back to Proctor. Proctor with a heads up play here as he sees Carr collapsing to him. And there's the separation that Filipowski needs. I have said, if you need someone to take a last-second shot for this team, I think it's actually Kyle Filipowski. It's either Roach or Filipowski. It's one of those two. I wouldn't trust anybody else with the ball, honestly. But now he's got the 5th double-double in the last 6 games here. He's got 14 points and 11 boards. And Lively is back in the game. So as we were saying, Shire makes the right substitution here, offense for defense. And that's really all we need. We need this one stop, and that's going to be it because it's a 7-point game here at this point off that huge 3. And actually, that's an offensive foul. Wow. Appleby is called for an offensive foul. Honestly, this one goes our way, but I'm not sure what this is either. Like, maybe? I don't know. I don't know here. Like, I don't know if I would have called anything. Like, they just kind of hit each other off the handoff because, like, Appleby hands the ball off and then stops. I think, yeah, Chad is right. It's a timely makeup call, but wow, like, if you're Wake Forest, like, this is the feeling of what happened to us at Virginia Tech because, like, this is kind of you got a raw deal here, man. Especially this late in the game. I don't know, man. He was. I'll take it, but damn, I mean, the refs have been horrific yet again. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen college officiating in the ACC be worse. Like the span of the last 2 weeks, starting with the UNC fans. If there's a UNC fan in chat, by the way, that flagrant 2 ejection of Leaky Black was not an ejection. That was actually a legitimate block. Starting with that, then the Filipowski getting punched and nothing getting called on it. Then there was a second one at Virginia Tech that was a disaster. And then, like, this game has just been a mess. I don't even know. I'm telling you, just bring in the robots. Let the robots do it. Let the robots officiate. But yeah, this is it's a good. This win is a very tough. It's a tough win. I think the team has shown a lot of poise tonight. And Filipowski has done this more than once. He's in 2 instances, right? The most recent one being the Wake Forest game. No, sorry, the Boston College game at Boston College. He stepped up to the line, the free throw line, and hit 2 free throws late in that game to put it away. And now he hits a big 3-pointer to put Wake Forest away. Late game situations, Filipowski has been clutch. When ACC is not top tier, then there are problems. Not cool about the officiating. Yeah, I mean, and then Fry, the last few years have been bad, but it just keeps getting worse. I don't know. I mean, I'll call it both ways here and try to be fair. I think Wake Forest got a raw deal there at the end. I mean, I'm not sure if it's a block either. I just think I just don't think it's a charge. Like I don't think it should have been a turnover. And Filipowski is just going to put icing on the cake at this point there because off the Duke inbounds play, it's an easy 2 points as he beats the defense down the floor. Monsanto's 3 on this side is no good. Like, Wake Forest didn't even have an opportunity to foul us because Filipowski was down the floor so quickly. and the game is it salts the game away. Yeah, Grandison there with the little. Yeah, Carr tries to foul Filipowski, and in reality, that should have been an and one. But Filipowski has the last 5 points for Duke, and it's the 5 points that Duke needed to put this thing away, so we can all breathe easily. I agree. Exclamation point. The disrespectful dunk. All right, Duke Nation, everybody breathe easy. We're good. We stopped it was almost another Clemson, right? Where you played like pretty good basketball for 37 minutes, and then the last 3 or 4 minutes it was just like, what the hell happened? And then Filipowski saves us. But to be fair, like there was just a lot of back and forth runs that like I think Duke showed a lot of poise for a young team. I thought this was good. I think as chat put it out early, this was a must win at home. This was not a game to be overlooked. Wake Forest beat us at their place handily, I might add. And especially when you have the Carolina game coming up on Saturday, you know, this is nice now. You can take this win, you can sleep on it. You show up tomorrow, you get ready to work for Carolina. Yep. Monsanto three-pointer, no good, and that's going to be a rebound for Filipowski. No, actually, Wake Forest going to retain possession. Maybe? I don't even know. Do you think these guys are NBA players, or maybe they can stay around a couple of years? Filipowski is definitely an NBA player. I don't think people were expecting him to be at the start of the season or develop so quickly, but he's the most talented player on this team. And he's just got really incredible versatility. Actually, like he's kind of this like he might even be like a positionless like NBA player, although he's not really a point guard, right? Like he can't really play point, but like I think his skill set lends itself really well. I mean, Lively obviously is going to be an NBA pick, and so is Whitehead. I think Lively needs to build out his offensive skill set. Like defensively, he is top notch. I don't think anybody could argue with Lively's defensive like kit, if you will. But the NBA is an offensive league, right? And he's going to have to, and you know, maybe if the game is a bit more wide open, it kind of suits his play style a bit more. I think a lot of it is perhaps we just play too slow, which has been one of the gripes I think for this year. And then Whitehead, I mean the kid takes, and every time the kid takes a jump shot, it looks like Kobe Bryant's taking a jump shot, man. It's so smooth. He's got an NBA stroke for sure. Which Taro player is going to shoot out of their mind on Saturday? Caleb Love. Caleb Love. Done. Easy. That reminds me of Dunleavy. Yeah. Last year was a damn transfer. Oh, it was Brady Manick. Yeah. Well, he's down in Australia. He is not coming to save Carolina on Saturday. He's playing in the NBL down in Australia. There's no way he saves Carolina on Saturday. But yes, Caleb Love will go off for 23 points on Saturday, because that's just how it'll work. All right, it's going to be pretty close to it for us here, as there's 20 and a half seconds left in the second. Wake Forest might wave the white flag here and just surrender, hopefully, maybe. We'll see. Either way, for those of you who joined us for the first time, thank you very much for joining the broadcast. We broadcast here every Duke game and kind of give our opinions and thoughts and talk about it. So make sure to please hit that sub button and join us here, as we'll be back on Saturday at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific time for the big one. Duke, Carolina, Wake Forest just kind of giving fouls here at the moment. As that's Hildreth here. I guess they're actually going to try to put us on the line for and one. This is kind of lame. Love will shoot 13 for 43. But that means he'll still get 26 points, right? Like, it'll just be a really inefficient. It'll just be a really inefficient 26. He'll be like, the Carolina fans will say, "Oh my God, they'll lose the game," and then they'll be like, "Caleb Love is such a ball hog," and then like he'll still come up with points. And John Powell, thank you for stopping by and welcome in to the channel. Welcome into the chat. And we had a little bit of a scuffle here as I guess Duke will retain possession. Tyree Appleby sort of beside himself right now. And to be fair, I probably would be too, as Mark Mitchell is going to go to the free throw line. It's going to be and one. Tyree Appleby already threw away what Chat described as the Jack Sparrow headband that made him look like a pirate. That's gone. So anyway, here's Mitchell at the free throw line for the a 1-on-1, and he misses that. So Hildreth comes down with the rebound for Wake, and quickly up the floor. They're going to try to go for two. Nope, they're going to find this one. They will go for two, and they will actually find Clintman there, and he's got 8 as we have 5 seconds. I would just chuck this down the floor, honestly. Oh my God, they're going to put Filipowski on the free throw line here, and that's another foul by Andrew Carr. I don't know why Wake Forest wants to belabor the point, although I assume I guess it's a 5-point game, and in theory, if Filipowski does miss the front end of the 1-on-1, they could have an opportunity if they chuck this one down. What do you need to see the final this weekend? What do you need to see the final this weekend? Which final? I never got off on the love shot on Big Mark. Oh yeah, I mean that's a. Oh my God, Filipowski missed that free throw too. So Wake Forest slightly interesting here, although Appleby's going to take a 3. Appleby will actually hit a 3, and it will be a 2-point game here. I suppose if there was a betting line, he may have just ruined it. Oh, what do I see as the final? Oh, for Duke Carolina. I think it's going to be a slightly higher scoring game. I'm not sure if we hold Carolina. Like our season average is like 60 something. I don't know if we hold Carolina to that. I think it's probably like today we put up 75. I think it's going to take something similar to win. I think it's probably going to be like it's going to be close. I actually think it's going to be it could be a one possession game, and maybe something like 77-74 wouldn't surprise me, or something similar to tonight where it's like 75-72, something like that is what I'm thinking. It's probably a one or two possession game. I don't expect either team to really run away with it. And I don't expect either team to just like not show up. Like Carolina's going to come in here and they're going to show up for sure. And they've beat us 3 straight times. Like it's been tough for us. This hasn't been good. The final score tonight going to be 75-73 after Tyree Appleby hits the half court 3-point shot. And so that's where we will leave it. Jeremy Roach will end with 21 points on the afternoon, or on the evening rather. And let me see what else. Jeremy Roach's 21 points to go along with 2 assists, and on a pretty efficient night actually, shooting 9 of 14 and 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. So Roach had a very nice game against Georgia Tech. He follows it up with a very nice game here tonight against Wake Forest. He's going to need a very good game against UNC on Saturday, so hopefully he's in rhythm. Tyrese Proctor actually puts in 17. I had 17 points for Proctor, and yes, 17 points for Proctor is correct. On 6 of 11 shooting and 5 rebounds for him and 2 assists, although he did have 4 turnovers, so not the best for him on that particular category. And then Kyle Filipowski rounding this out, the third Blue Devil in double figures with 16 points and 11 rebounds, his 5th double-double in the last 7 games. The kid is averaging basically 19 points and 11 rebounds a game. It's been terrific. Filipowski needs to have a big game on Saturday. I think the matchup is actually Bacot and Lively, and I'm actually very concerned about Lively's foul trouble against Bacot because Bacot is just way stronger, I think, than Lively. So that's going to be something to watch as we head into Saturday. Ryan Young had a nice game with 9 points. Lively with 7. We saw a bit more of an offensive spark from Lively, and then 5 from Mitchell. And then on the Wake Forest side, it was Tyree Appleby really carrying the team there with 27. He kind of went off about midway through the first half. So, player of the game poll. I mean, we could do it. I didn't have one up. I probably should have. Let's see if folks are still hanging around, we could do a player of the game poll. So let's do. It might be an interesting one though, because even though let's go start poll, POG, Roach, Proctor, Flip. Even though Roach had the most points, Flip did have the big shot there at the end. So yeah, Baycott has been a problem for us for sure. On Unibet it says 76.67. That's not right. That is definitely not the final score. It's definitely 75-73. I don't know what the line was on this particular one. So although I do think that last, if it was close, that last second 3-pointer probably threw it off. Unfortunately. And Chalk fan, good night to you, and go Blue Devils. Looks like Roach is going to take the vote here in the early voting for player of the game. I think Young can at least keep a body on him. Oh, that's right. So there is another matchup there with Young and Baycott that will be interesting. Yeah, that's true. So that makes sense, actually. Yeah. Okay, folks. I think we're gonna leave it at that. I still have some work to do. I gotta have dinner. I gotta feed the dog. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta do all this stuff and then be up really early again tomorrow for early morning meetings. So look, thank you very much everyone for joining us. Thank you for the folks who subscribed. If you did, shout it out in chat. And then please join us again on Saturday for the big one against UNC. And until then, good night and go Duke.